Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social, in association with Empire Fight Store. Dev Sahni, it's been a while since we caught up. How's things?
We've been. I'm good, mate. How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you where I've been, not in London. So my colleague Lewis will take them trips a lot of the times, and unless it's like a Saudi thing, it is rare we catch up. But look,
He's been taking his little lifts home from me as well. Lewis Arks, we live quite close, so
has he been
pestering me, begging me for little lifts. Any chance I can get it? So yeah, I've been making sure he gets home safe and sound.
Oh, we appreciate that. Maybe don't next time. We'll see what happens before now. I'm only joking, mate. Look, Nick Ball, he wanted a homecoming. He's got it. Former world title challenger standing in front of him in Rios. What do you make of this? It's a good card. It's good to be back in Liverpool.
Good to be back in Liverpool, and it feels like Liverpool, they've been crying out for a new hero. You know, Tony Bellew's gone. The Smith brothers are, towards their final years, and you need one. Here's the guy. He's one of the best fighters in the world. Frank said it up there. He's the most exciting fighter in the world to watch, and you may well be right. Mini Mike Tyson, unbeaten, should be the unified featherweight champion, and he's just serious. And it's great for him to be back in Liverpool, bringing that belt home and showing Liverpool that he is the man to get behind. In Ronnie Rios, he's got a hungry opponent. He's got a guy who hasn't quite made it at the top level yet, but thinks that he can with this one. He literally had a little 2-year layoff where he went soul searching, found himself, and he's got a real will, which is going to be hard to break.
Yeah, and on the card as well, plethora of talent, some at a lot of different stages, like some Andrew Kane, but another Fury on the card. They seem to be popping out all over. But look, it's interesting. He's training with Tyson as well as Walter, and they seem to it's just a constant like bloodline of fighters.
Yeah, Walter's great. I spoke to him today properly for the first time, not just on the stage but off camera as well. Really nice guy, and he's got a certain spirit about him. You have to see him, you have to meet him to understand. But like, he's the son of Huey, and I remember that time when Huey sadly passed away. It was around Tyson was going to fight Ustinov. It was Ustinov. It was up in Manchester.
That's right, because it fell through.
Yeah, it fell through very late as Huey passed away, and obviously Huey had been training Tyson earlier in his career, and I'm sure he'd still be around the team if he was here today. But very, very sad stuff. So great that Walter Fury is gonna be out here making his dad proud. It was his dad that got him into it, and if you saw his debut in Belfast, it didn't look like a pro debut. The fella didn't lay a glove on him. He was just like, he was doing all the little, like the double feints, all herky jerky. I was sat with Shane watching it at the time as well, and he was loving it. And he just looked like an experienced veteran of the game.
Well, look, there's a lot happening in boxing. Last night, we got the full card for the Beterbiev Bivol as part of Riyadh season. A lot of fights. I haven't seen, too much in the way of criticism of it. I think it's very good. There's a lot of big names on it. What stands out aside from the main event to you on that card? It's Wardley Clark for me is the one that does it just after how good the first one was. Cordina, Shakur.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's a brilliant undercard. I love that. Wardley and Clark, I agree with you, that is a real standout fight. I love that they are just jumping in for round 13 after they went through 12 rounds of absolute hell where both went through it, and you'd forgive them for coming back a different route, maybe just taking a little comeback fight, just go knock someone out, and maybe you can revisit this. They've gone straight back in. Neither of them are happy with the draw, and I love it. It's a brilliant heavyweight fight, and also a big fan of Sky Nicholson against Raven Chapman. Yes. I mean, Raven's been banging the drum for a long time, saying that she fancies this fight with Sky. Meanwhile, Sky has become world champion. Sky's looking better than ever. Like, it's hard to hit her, but Raven does a lot of hitting. It's a brilliant stylistic match. Can't wait.
Look, we're also coming up to the other mega card in Wembley. Triple D. He's back on a good run of form as well against Anthony Joshua. How confident are you as we edge closer now? I know there's always been a bit of sort of, I don't want to say tension between you and AJ at the press conferences, but look, what a fight. How excited are you for this and for, say, Queensberry boy to sort of go and do his thing?
I'm mega excited, and I'm liking that people are now starting to look at it as more of a, oh, do you know what? Daniel's got a real chance here. It felt like initially everyone was just saying, oh, well, AJ will just land the punches that Hrgovic was landing and we'll just knock him out. But I'm seeing a real shift in momentum. I'm seeing interviews go out there with people starting to back Daniel, and the percentage of people, thinking Daniel's got a chance is just going up and up and up. And he's confident. He's been saying all the right things. He looks good. I've seen recent photos. He looks fantastic. It feels like a lot of this is going to be about Daniel's pressure. Can Daniel apply that pressure to Anthony Joshua without getting deterred? That's how I see it. But Anthony Joshua's got massive deterrence. He's got massive deterrence. So it's a thrilling fight and a fitting main event at Wembley Stadium.
I want to talk to you about Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. I spoke to Frank on this. Press conferences the other day taking place in America. Mike Tyson approaching the age of 60. Is there a concern from your part? And I've said this to a few people because I still can't believe it's actually happening, because Jake Paul is, no matter if people think he's a novice or not, he's a big unit who is in his late 20s. And look, for I don't know how long, stamina dependent, if Mike catches you at any age, I think it's good night kind of thing. But when you look at it, what's your honest opinion?
I mean, I'm looking at it. I can't believe that one of the biggest icons of combat sports from the last 50 years is fighting someone like Mike Tyson. I just got.
Wow. I've seen that joke once online. Let's not ever say that again.
I popped it out online. But look, let them crack on. I mean, I like Jake Paul. I like Nikita. I like everything they're doing. This is a show, right? This is Netflix coming to boxing, and yeah, people are going to have their concerns about Mike Tyson and whatnot. Everyone is going to watch it. You just kind of hope that Mike Tyson's going to be okay. I think everyone's just backing Jake Paul to win, but don't forget Mike Tyson. If he hits you, I'm sure you'd know about it. I'm sure if he punches anybody, they'll know about it. But yeah, listen, the world will be watching.
Tyson Fury, obviously, back end of the year, goes against Oleksandr Usyk in the rematch. Looking forward to that. And when you look at it, you look and think, Tyson's reference saying, look, I almost had a bit too much fun in there. I thought that ringside, I thought he's enjoying himself more than he usually does, kind of thing. There was showboating times 10, but the occasion was big, so I suppose maybe it did warrant it. Carl Froch just come out and said, obviously, he believes on the back set of it that Usyk beats him and he would then retire. Do you think, depending on what happens, that the Joshua fight will still happen regardless? What's your take on it?
I don't think you can ever really second guess Tyson Fury as to what he's going to do. Regarding the comment he made about he was having fun in there, I think a lot of people just jumped on him from that. Oh, how can you say you're having fun in there? Look. But I get it. I understand what you're saying. The middle rounds in particular, he looked like he was going to stop Usyk. He looked like he was finding it quite easy. Usyk finds another gear. But Tyson can look at stuff that he did in the first fight and be like, okay, well, if I just carry on doing that, then maybe I'll get the win this time. Some people felt he won the first fight. Will he retire if he loses to Oleksandr Usyk? I've no idea. I'd still want to see him fight Anthony Joshua like the world will. But yeah, what I will say is I am enjoying that people are writing off Tyson Fury, and I think those around him are also enjoying that. That's when sometimes you see the very best of him.
I was going to say, what do you say to the critics and the people he's had critics his whole career, and it seems to be when he's done best. I remember before Klitschko, he's not a chance, he's going to get chinned. I'm not just saying this at the time, I thought, I actually think there's more than a good enough chance here just because of his style, and I think he was well inside Klitschko's head throughout the whole of the thing. What would you say to the people and the doubters of a Tyson Fury ahead of this rematch?
I mean, I love it. I would say never write off Tyson Fury. He's a maverick. He's not like your normal boxer. He's just wired up differently. He does things differently. The night before he boxed Vladimir Klitschko, him and his brothers were dancing in the hotel room. They were rapping, they were dancing. In the public workout that week, he started singing to Vladimir Klitschko. He sings after he wins world titles. He's a different kind of guy. So to try and say, oh, there's no way that he can beat Usyk and all of that, write him off at your peril. He's a special kind of guy, and they don't come along very often.
Dev Sahni, appreciate your time. I know you're about to do some bits with Frank. It looks like he's about wrapped up. Maybe one more to go. You might have some more free time. We can see someone lingering behind me. Dev, we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, good to see you, mate.